Okay, back again. Okay, we have the 50 strands of 33-inch 1.4 millimeter wire loaded up in the jig, and now's a good time to think about where our first branch is going to go on this tree and exactly how tall it's going to be. So I got about 8 inches in the roots and however many, much up here, and I'm thinking I need to leave at least 8 inches at the tallest branch, and this stuff's going to shrink because when you twist it the wire shrinks, and it shrinks quite a bit. So I'm saying I can probably only get a 7-8 inch tree out of this, and have it look decent. If I wanted to have just a few leaves way up at the top, then you could stretch that. You can do a tall skinny tree, so maybe 9, well, 8, 9 at the most. But at any rate, you want to look down here and make sure there's no real severe crosses in there. Like one wire crossing over 3 or 4. They're going to cross a little bit because we're going to decrease the circular dimension here, so there's no way to avoid it. Some are going to get crossed. And now's a really good time to think, hey, do I want to have an angle right at the bottom of my tree or not? Because as you're twisting the wire, you got to put the bends in while you're twisting. It may sound kind of strange, but that's the way it works, because once you twist past a bend, the bend kind of wants to stay there. It's weird. You'll see. But at any rate, I want to have a bend at the bottom of my trunk, so I'm going to start hand working my wire here. I call it the tighten up and direct. So I'm going to put a little pressure on this jig and get an angle going. I'm just going to get in here and start bending the wire back and forth in every dimension it has to tighten it up and get that trunk started real well. Okay, now you can see I got a little bit of it's a little tighter down there at the bottom. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of lock this thing in the jig with my wrap. I'm going to take my wrap, I'm going to go around the bottom here a couple of times, and go around the jig in various, kind of just keep crossing over. Whoops. Give it some, just like the wrapping in the bottom there, and then cross over and under the jig a couple more times. And this is going to help keep the wire from sliding up out of the jig. Whoops. Okay, so there I got that. I got that locked in there a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and pull this stuff down with my fingernails. Get it way down there. And I'm actually going to start twisting my trunk here. You just you got to pick clockwise or counterclockwise at this point. Once again, we're calling this the tighten up. I'll refer to it later on. I'll say, do the tighten up. Now you want to avoid the wire crossing over each other, so if you see a cross coming in there you don't like, get in there with your fingernails and pry it out of there. Whew, okay, so you can see I got a twist started there, and we're going to improve on that by wrapping this with some of the nylon webbing. And the next quick thing, I'm going to throw some more wrap around here at the bottom too, and then tighten this up, pull it down, but I'm not going to torture you with watching me do that. So you can just suffice to say, you'll see it in a minute.